I'm a fan of these two teams. I'm a fan of all the teams in the league, but I'm a massive fan of GSE and I'm a massive fan of the way they play the game. You obviously tailor your likes within whichever team you're choosing to support or follow within the league. I like these teams because they play strategy-based games, which is the way I personally like to play the game. So they appeal to me personally on that level. So I love watching OC teams, and I couldn't wait when we sat down, Kilo, and we were working out the schedule that we'd put this one. You said, I want to see this, and I said, let's put it together. I want to see these two teams. It's going to be amazing. We have the players in the lobby, so I guess we can just quickly run through the map bands because Johnny will run us through. So we'll flick over to the map band screen. And we'll get our...
Yeah, but it's been spoiled, but...
It has been spoiled, but...
Clubhouse first.
We'll see
first.
See the order in which we'll
Coastline straight out.
Straight out, Goss. So after that bloodbath, I'm sure Coastline will never be seen again. Nefarious are getting...
I don't know about that.
Nefarious
I reckon Nefarious may take it.
I think it's getting banned on them for a fair bit for the rest of the season. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens here. So what was it? Clubhouse Cafe. It was down to Chalet and Villa, and they had the choice Fortress, and they went with Villa. Comfort pick, I'd say, especially after last week. Yeah.
It is Fortress that gets to pick out of Chalet and Villa, and you don't take... I'm surprised that GSE didn't ban it out earlier. But then the ones that they've banned out were not necessarily the ones that are similar to Villa either in terms of play style. It's the Oregon, Cafe as well, just more vertical play than Villa. But Oregon is where you see a lot of similarities to Villa, but from a bit more of a, I guess, meta map.
Chat, can someone fix the Spying Eye ban, please? That was a complete accident. I've misclicked on Spying Eye. Can someone please sort that for me and get our man back? That man who was speaking should never have got that far prior to that. So I hope there's some mods around moderating chat right now. But anyway, let's get into it. Villa it is. The players are in the lobby and they are in the correct sides. Let me just double check that it's good. Yeah, we are good.
You're on the correct sides. Let me double check.
They are. No, because you know me, Johnny. I'm going to push something I shouldn't. Villa, we're on Villa. We are good to go. The players are in the lobby, so we're going to get stuck into this one, and let's get it on, Kilo. Good luck to the players. Everyone have fun, and let's do it.
Let's go. I'm nearly done.
You're fine. You can talk us through you need to talk about the bands because I need to have a quick 2-second bathroom break, but I can't wait for this one. I cannot wait, chat. Stick around for this one because these are two incredible teams. So you want to watch this one, chat.
All right, ban phase. Starting it off, I reckon we're going to see the Thatcher ban straight out of the gates. There he is. Goodbye, Thatcher. We did see him play it a couple of times from that last match there on Coastline, where he's a little bit less impactful, but Villa, you've got so much impact you can deal with there. As far as the second attacker ban, Ace, which we don't see a lot of in terms of bans, but a very, very strong operator and very, very strong in the hands of some of the players here as well. Third ban as a mute. That's an interesting ban and quite off meta as well. And I'm liking it.
You know what? Sometimes the off meta bans are the best.
They are sometimes the best.
Catch your opponent by surprise, and maybe it's a targeted ban. Maybe they're just trying something different. I guess we'll see.
Especially if you've been scrimming with certain operators in and certain operators out. Usually you can swing the bans certain ways, knowing what your opponent's going to ban as well.
I guess only time will tell.
Back, sorry.
Yes.
Ooh, that was a quick one. That was a quick bathroom break. Sorry.
Speed running.
There was. I'm old and I nearly tore a hamstring on the way out. I know the chat. I'm not as fit as me. Hey, Nocky's in the chat. How you doing, Nocky? Good to see you here, man. Much love.
Amaru pick straight off the bat. That's an interesting pick for GSE there.
Very, very talented roster. They have subbed out J-Mag for Spewy. The Spewy is back on the active roster this week. That's the only change to the lineup.
J-Mag went big last week, so I'm surprised with that change.
They have 6 or 7 quality players that could play in their starting lineup. So I think we got the same. We're running the same. Mutto is out, I believe, for Salty. Oh yeah, Salty. No, Valhalla for Mutto, I believe, is the only change for GSA as well. So
Valhalla played last week.
he did. Sorry, it must be Salty. Was it?
Salty was also there last week.
Shino.
No, Shino was there last week as well. He was in contention for the...
It's got to be Shazzy.
Shazzy, I think it is. Yeah.
They're looking strong, but it's good to see familiar lineups. The one thing we've talked about a lot, Hilo, especially off stream, I suppose, that we'd like to bring to the viewers is the teams that we're seeing doing well are the teams that have got consistent lineups. Is that fair to say?
Absolutely.
The ones that are chopping and changing and unfortunately have had like that inconsistency with players, whether it be unavailability or whatnot, they're the ones that tend to be struggling a little bit. So it's great to see familiar players. We've seen the same rosters, and these two teams have had an enormous amount of success early in the season, and definitely are two teams that have surpassed expectations, I guess, heading into the start of the season. They weren't the most heavily favored teams, they weren't the most well-known teams, but boy, are they making a name for themselves so far, and it's great to see.
And they're the two, I'd guess, two of the most stable teams in terms of their roster lineups, and it's really love to see that stability, and it makes our job a little easier as casters because we know who to expect from GSE, we know who to expect from Fortress, and we know their playstyles and can speak about them as well from previous weeks. The drone work coming out from GSE, as we've said in previous weeks, once again, is some of the best in the league.
Oh, no.
Very much, but they've misdroned Venus as he gets the first shot, but gets traded out by Salty one tap. That is Twitch on the F2 coming in to trade out. Claymore going down somewhere. Silk Bros is sitting, will be droned out on that 90 position.
This is a beautiful take. Already you can see the strategy killer. You can see the attack. There's a plan. They're trying to execute it. You've got the resistance of FD. You have Silk Bros. You have Weenus Charlie out in the room trying to contest this push. It is absolutely...
Second drone coming through is going to find, once again, Silk Bros on that 90 position. Free Fire's coming out, does manage to hit, and that's one tap off the board, no more Twitch. Will fall back into sight to reload. Couchy down below on the roam. Shazzy is going to be spotted out. Spewy finds Valhalla, and it takes it to a 2v4 with 1 minute, 30 seconds left on the clock. Couchy still on the roam downstairs. Wall of Wizardry nearly taking out the IQ there by a flick.
They know because the camera's there.
Spewy peeking. Epic Gabba being taken out on that IQ. Thermite, Wall of Wizardry left on just a sliver of health, is going to try and challenge young Spewy on that Aruni. Or not, finds the player on 90 and gets swung on by Silk Bros with that pistol on the
That was a dream. That was a dream round. You see the methodical droning. We always talk about what GSE do. They drone for each other. They've got drones in. They did misdrone into Astro, and but they instantly retraded, so it wasn't a disaster. You see the setup. You see what they're trying to do, but you can also it's just a great tactical battle, and you can already one round and you can see what both teams are about. They have particular styles of playing the game. You saw the methodical droning of GSE, and you saw the challenge come from FD. And what did FD do? They fought fire with fire. They stopped. They denied access. You had Silk Bros playing a really aggressive position in 90, and he was taking gunfights, and he hit a beautiful shot. And that just put them on the back foot. When he hit that shot, there was a little bit of fear in GSE's eyes. You could see the hesitation.
I do want to point out that GSE could have done a lot better if they had the ace in hand. Sorry, not the Ash, but they were the ones who banned out the ace and the mute, two sort of off-meta bans coming out. The Cade being opted for by Epic Gabba there, who had a big C4 that last round, taking out, I believe it was Shino on the IQ. Bit of a roll swap up now. Salty one tap going onto that IQ, and Shino taking over that Twitch. GSE had, not GSE, Fortress did have another couple of layers that they could have utilized in their defense. Couchy was still down below when the round did finish. He was ready for the flank. They had another couple of players on site holding different angles in case GSE did rotate. It's very much a battle of the minds here, rather than a battle of the guns, but it is at the end of the day.
Oh, your boy is downstairs, man. And he's going to get challenged, I believe. No. But they are droning out. They don't release on the 3rd floor. You love that downstairs play, Kilo. Every time it's
Love
noted.
the downstairs play.
And I swear, we see FD get creative. Couchy's generally down there, actually. I normally used to see Couchy downstairs doing his thing, but Wiener's Charlie's playing a very aggressive position now. Can he get
Wiener's
a pick?
Charlie did 6-pick off that Frost, so maybe it's to hide the Valkyrie as he gets that opening pick. No more hiding on the Valkyrie. Wiener's Charlie taking out Wall of Wizardry, and that is the IGL for GSE off the board. That is a big pick in terms of intel, in terms of structure that GSE has just lost.
It is, and the unfortunate part is the Jackal didn't get to see his feet because he was never down there. He was never up there. He was down the bottom. So he came back there, so we couldn't even see his feet. So it was so unlucky. It was very unlucky.
C4 going out from, I think that was Silk Bros, it was. He does get taken out, but manages to take out Shino first. Young Spewy with a TK onto Weenus. That's unfortunate for him. Couchy going down from some fire somewhere. I believe that's Salty one-tap on the IQ.
Spewy.
Salty one-tap finding Couchy, and that is a 2v3. Does manage Spewy, finds Shazzy. Looking for the IQ, doesn't quite find it. Salty one-tap finding Spewy. Valhalla on just a lick of health, looking for Epic Gabba. Epic Gabba fighting the IQ there, not managing to find any shots. Doesn't look across. Does find a couple of shots onto the IQ of Salty one-tap. Both players now from GSE on just a shot away from death. Finds one, Salty one-tap. Epic Gabba now hiding for his life against Epic Gabba. Valhalla goes for the plant, does pull off it to look for the shots. Epic Gabba not wanting to swing through that couch area. Once again, pulling off the diffuser. Still 30 seconds left. Could rotate round through Astro onto Trophy. He does. Looking through the door into Norway. Free Fires come out from Epic Gabba. Does go for the plant now. Free Fires coming out. Nothing's connecting through that, but he does find on the door swing a Valhalla. And that ends the round in favor of Fortress Death.
Oh my god. Okay, can we talk about this? The tenseness of the round. It was an incredibly close round. The tension in that round, the trade rates coming out, the misload. He ran out of bullets when he was shooting the IQ originally in the original fight in the 2v1 Gabba. He ran out of bullets because he didn't reload and he didn't kill the IQ. So he ran out of bullets. I thought he butchered it, but then he hit an incredible shot on the IQ who was crouched at head height. It's a beautiful shot to keep that round alive, and oh my god, what a round. That was so tense. What a match we're seeing here, guys. This is already a banger.
Already down to 1v1 and one very quick round for the first one, but I don't think it was as close as the 4-1 player account really showed at the end. There was so many things that could have gone a little bit better in terms of luck for GSE in that way as well.
Just an outstanding start to this match. I just love the strategy. You can see it. You can feel the tension. I felt that. I was riding that round. I was literally sitting on the edge of my seat. I was riveted and listening to you commentate. I couldn't speak, man. I just wanted to watch. I was enthralled. Oh my god, I'm just amazing. Amazing clutch. Really well done by Gabba. You got to give Gabba credit there.
Oh, absolutely. And we're going to see the tertiary site coming out. The favoured tertiary site for Fortress here is that kitchen. It's a favoured site for nearly everybody. But it's interesting having the bulletproof camera on young Spewy rather than a C4. I think Aruni still has C4s available. Bringing as many C4s as you can on this downstairs site. We did see Killerman bring it a couple of times in Coastline, the Pulse.
Sorry, Kill. I believe Iruni is Camera Barb.
Camera Barb, okay.
Oh.
It's Malusi that has the C4,
yes, it is.
and she has brought the C4 as well.
Oh no, Silk.
Oh no.
Beautiful
Silk
pick.
Bros finds a pick onto Shino, and that is the sledge off the board of all operators for this site. That is a big, big pick.
Do you know what we've seen 3 rounds in a row? We've seen FD aggressively take a peek, and it's paid off. They've
fallen back.
Yeah, they have. They're just playing so smart right now. And I mean, GSE is not doing much wrong, but they're getting, the entry pick is huge against them. It's completely stifling their ability to attack right now.
Shazzy finds one onto Charlie, and that is the Malusi off the board. He's going to be traded out by Silk Bros, but Valhalla finds Silk Bros on that trade as well, taking it to a 3v3 with 2 minutes left on the board. A lot of early kills coming out.
Absolutely beautiful contest by FT. You would take 2 for 2 any day of the week. You've got 2 people off the board. You've contested. You haven't lost out in terms of frag power. You're now leaving up to 3 anchors on site. The damage is done. You've taken the sledge and the nomad, 2 foreign operators in this site, off the board. It's a great start for them.
Yeah, they've lost their roamers. The roamers didn't quite dump as much time into the attack as they really should have, maybe a bit too aggressive early on, but at the same time, the attackers of GSE now have a bit of a hard press time to take vertically. They're relying on the super shorty from Shazzy on the gridlock, and that's a bit of a botch.
No, Wizard, no! Wizard!
Botched shot, that's not good
Wizard,
for
not
him.
like that.
Epic Gabba finds a shot onto Valhalla, and that's even more vertical play off the board on that Flores.
Gabba's really impressed me today. He's playing very well. Has not died. I don't want to commentate a curse him here, but he has not died in 3 matches so far.
The amount of health though that is on, you could have just signed his death note.
Couchy loves that position. I've been watching him play the last couple of weeks. There's always someone there. He's about to get a pick. That's Couchy. He is deadly in that spot. They gotta drone him. If you watched anything from last game, he's got diffuser as well. I think this one's out.
3v1. Epic Gabba's just gotta keep his
yellow ping comes out. They know where he is. Yeah, they know where he is. Yellow ping's out. This is gonna be Couchy swinging on him. Beautiful. Well played.
That is that. Round 3 to Fortress. They're holding incredibly well, and they're always incredibly strong holds there. The drone work from GSE is still fantastic. There's nothing against that. It's just, it could have been better that round, and they could have caught Couchy off guard.
I have been watching. I've watched the way FD defenders. Silk Bros loves to sit in that little bathroom area. He sits in there and he just be a menace. He sits Weenish Charlie behind him in trophy, and they just deny. They get picks, they win gunfights, and they just completely disrupt your ability to set up an attack. And that's what we're seeing right here. FD have got the entry frag in all 3 rounds. They're disrupting, they're being disruptive. Silk Bros if Weenish Charlie's not getting the entry frag, it's Silk Bros, and if Silk Bros doesn't get the entry frag, it's Weenish Charlie, and they are just bouncing off each other, and they're allowing Couchy to run wild down there, not taken care of because there's so much aggression in their faces, and it's a pleasure to see.
It's 3 roamers and 2 anchors at the moment, but when the opening pick is taken, one of those 2, Weenish Charlie or Silk Bros, will fall back closer to site and play a bit more of a softer roam, so they can always duck into site and become an anchor whenever they need to. It's a very clever strategy, and when you do see a bit in PC, you have that double roam so they can refrag each other and really play off each other, and whoever gets the first pick gets the first pick. You're not playing on your gun skill, you're playing on your positioning, and you can outposition and outplay.
100%.
And that's what they're doing.
I couldn't agree more with that statement, Gil. I think it's spot on. I just think you can see what GSE is trying to do, but FD are just absolutely disrupting absolutely everything they're trying to do. FD are just throwing it right back on them, getting the entry picks. You see, look at Couchy. Couchy's already being aggressive. One of them is going to take an aggressive fight, and they're going to back their gun skill in, and they're going to try and get this entry frag, and I feel like they have again, and they have, and it's Silk Bros for the 3rd time on the entry frag, and he's taken out Shino off the board. 2nd consecutive spawn peak on him.
2nd consecutive time that the Jackal has been the opener as well. First time it was Wall of Wizardry, and this time it is Shino. That Jackal is really, really important to try and find the roamers of Weenish Charlie, Silk Bros, and Couchy, of course. Couchy playing the position of that soft roamer now in study. He has got the hatch ready to drop and escape down through pottery if he wants to. But I don't think that's going to be a case, as Couchy does get taken out by Salty one tap on that Flores. Silk Bros. He's going to hear the grenade pop, but not going to look too far. Going to see go down to that grenade there. Not going to be able to see the...
They know. Oh, no!
Winners Charlie and Epic Gabba going big there.
Wow!
Taking a triple between them. They know the last player is on the balcony. Siege timed.
Oh my god.
But young Spewy.
I thought it was GSE's round killer.
Oh, that should have been GSE's round if they had had that flank drone set up. If they had had... It was a round of what ifs.
Oh my god. The down nade was so beautifully played. They were going up to finish the kill. I think a call was made that we're getting flanked because they didn't finish him off. They knew that somebody was down there, but they just lost the gunfights. They were getting flanked, yeah.
The other one is being Pro League HUD or HUD. You don't see the grenade indicators.
Okay,
rely on your ears. You don't see that you've got.
Yep.
You don't see that you've downed someone as well. No points pop up on the side of the screen, so they might not have known. They might not have known that they downed someone because the call didn't come out. There was no drone watching it. There was no one that could confirm they've downed the player on top of Brown.
Yeah,
they might have had that flank come out. I don't think that flank call did come out though, as they were just caught completely off guard. However, they were pinched from the top of the stairs as well by a player swinging that classical 90 area. It was a great call by the player who went down, and I believe that was Silk Bros on that top round stairs that did go down there.
He must have made the call that I was going to double push, and then one of them, they seem,
or at least,
I think they flanked down Browns or backward stairs.
They might have flanked down red and come back up. Yeah, flank down red, come through pottery area,
and onto main stairs and killed two of them through there. Yeah, because there was two people down here.
Stairs, yeah.
I got
there was one that swung classical 90 on the upstairs. And there was one that swung downstairs through that downstairs. And it was just a perfect pinch off the call. But at least one of them is there that Silk Bros made.
And the end, I think it was Gabba's got 2 kills. He still has not died. Can we highlight
Gabba got 1, and I think it was Charlie or Spewy got 2.
You have to think about the impact this man's having right now. He's 5-0 in 4 rounds. He's getting more than a kill a round, and he has not died for his team. So he's so valuable right now for them. Now, one of
those stats that it talked about more in the competitive scene than is talked about in any other scene. That is a young Spewy taking the opener onto Valhalla. One of the stats that we talk about in competitive Siege is KOST or cost.
Yes.
And Epic Gabba right now has a 100% cost. He has got a kill, or he's played the objective, or he's survived, or he's been traded every single round. And it's just him surviving. He has had an impact in every single round that Fortress Death have played.
He's having a monster game, huge impact. And look where we go, Silk Bros in his favorite spot. You need to dislodge this man. He did this last week to Nefarious, and he's doing it again. He loves this position. He got to dislodge this man. Do not take, if anyone's watching this, do not take FD. That should be your first ban map against these blokes. You do not want to say that they know exactly how to play this map. They're extraordinarily confident, and they're exceptionally well executing the strategies they're putting in place right now, because they're just dominating GSE.
Not only do they have those strategies, they have the way to play each player in a specific spot, they know how to play off each other. Couchy is going to go down earlier. I didn't quite catch that. I've finished with my keyboard.
I apologize, I didn't see it either, actually, so...
We are fully invested now.
Valhalla for Couchy, 1 for 1, yep.
Yeah, Valhalla went out from a spawn peak.
They know he's there and they can't dislodge him.
He's going to dislodge himself, though, after being droned out.
He's such a smart player.
He is going to go around. A grenade or a C4 going to go out and damage Salty one tap. Young Spewy has taken a lot of damage there. Shino on the Blackbeard, looking to protect himself from some of those headshots. Salty one tap coming through with that R4, not R4C, G36C, I think that is.
Oh no.
Shazzy finds one on Epic Gabba. Epic Gabba did take out Wall of Wizardry. Wall of Wizardry finds 2.
Beautifully played. 2 are down. That's a much better round from GSE. That's what we're used to seeing from the GSE. They did get the entry frag. Am I correct in saying that? that round? Couch?
GSE? No.
So
no.
they lost
The
so they
first
lost.
one was, I think it was Young Spewy that got the opener that time.
Okay. So 5 rounds, 5 entry. Yes, it was. You're right. Spot on. It was Spewy. So 5 rounds, 5 entry picks. In saying that, 4-2 on defense, if GSE can win this, is pretty standard, wouldn't you say? We're back to saying,
that's your normal thing that you meant. Yeah, I say meant to see,
exactly,
but that's your normal split on a map like Villa. You're meant to see a 4 to the defenders, 2 to the attackers, as the tertiary site is really the weakest site, and you should really be winning that one.
Yes.
But winning that secondary site there, are they going to attempt it again, or are they going to go down to kitchen?
I believe no, they're going back there.
They're going to reattempt it.
Well, where do you think Silk Rose is going to play? I'll tell you right now. I'll zoom in on it. This man lives in the bathroom. He loves to wash his hands in there.
I think he is going to play in that bathroom once again.
100% he is. You bet your ass.
There he is. He's coming there to set up.
He's either going to play a Rooney or he's going to play... You got to adapt. We talk about adaptivity. We're watching this, so we're seeing it. Teams need to be seeing this. Like, you can sell DSE or a strategical team, but they are not dealing. Nefarious didn't deal with him, and GSE haven't been able to deal with him, and it's to their own detriment.
Looking at dealing with him through a different way, though. I'm looking at the Monty being brought out by Shino.
I like it.
I'm liking that change. Venus is going to switch onto the Legion. I think that was a 6 pick to try and counter the Monty. And right there, the Magnet under there. That's going to be a bit of a tricky one for Frags to be able to come out and dislodge Silk Rose once again. He's playing for himself there. That Magnet is for him.
He's going to go. I think a call's been made from Winter Charlie to get over and help me. They're pushing this side. So again, the communication is on point.
That rotate's coming out. Drones are very, very important there, but I think they're playing that split push. There might be one player over near Master that Silk might want to start having a look at. Drones are coming out. Monty is also going to be coming out. They know that there's at least 1 or 2 players downstairs. Shino getting aggressive onto that Monty, dropping his shield, not playing for the information there. He wants the kill, and he wants it now.
Much better, Droney.
He's going to rotate into that library area.
Look at the nuisance value, though. These two are wasting so much time. The site is upstairs. They are downstairs, and these guys are getting chased around. They're so fearful of the roam. And we're going to see it again. And still frozen to... Oh, my lord. Is it the ace off the board? No, it's the Havana, which is...
That's the Havana.
That's the hard breach. Oh, my word.
That's your hard breach off the board.
They're playing right into their hands. Kilo.
I'm going to remind you here. Oh, Couchy, just want to point this out. Couchy has filled the spot left by Silk Rose. So not only do they know how to play their own spots, they know how to play each other's spot to fill a hole when a hole opens up.
We need to get a member of FD in this. We need to be able to speak to these guys. They are just playing unbelievable Siege right now as a team, honestly.
Anyone from FD watching back, come see us after next week's match or before next week's match. We'll get you on.
Beautiful, Salty. Well played.
Salty one tap is
a good game.
on point now. He's
quietly having a very nice game.
He's going to have to 1v5 it here, but Epic Gabba, the player of the match right now for Fortress, does shut him down.
I'm in marvel at the way Weenus Charlie and Silbros and Couchy in unison, the 3 roamers are working together with the communication, the way they're rotating, their just understanding of map, the pushing, the tapping. He got a call. You saw the call being made, Kilo. There was a call from Weenus Charlie that, hey, we need to get over here. You need to get your ass over here because I'm getting pushed. What does Couchy do? He goes back to site, takes Silpro's spot, and Silpros goes and helps me charting. What happens? Entry frag Silpros. Incredible siege. You are witnessing an absolute masterclass here, chat, and I hope you guys are appreciating how well the FD are playing right now and how well they are.
It's a masterclass in 2 things. Masterclass in very strategic siege, and I think we'll see that coming out from the defense here on GSE as well.
Yeah.
Wall of Wizardry, hopefully steering the ship of GSE into that more defensive mind right now, and hopefully they'll be able to bring some momentum up with a AVG hold first up.
2 seconds.
But then
I'll go back in 2 seconds.
There is definitely a Fortress have a lot of skill for this map, and the second masterclass we're seeing is don't bring Fortress to Villa. They know it inside out, back to front, upside down. I think if you give them this map and you flipped it, and west became east and north became south, and you flip the whole map and you'd run around that, they'd know still how to play it. They just know this map, and I don't think anyone's going to be able to take it off them. And the action's going to get underway with C4 used to make a rotate there by Wall of Wizardry. That's just a little unfortunate. 2 C4s left, or 1 C4 out of 2 left. Shots coming out. Free fires. Winners Charlie already ready for the 90 push. Looks like it's going to be a study push from the Fortress Death boys here. But it looks like GSE have really set up for that. They've really set up for that push.
They have. They've really got a nice hold here. I like the setup. They need to fight fire with fire here, the same way that FC played defense. They were so focused on the roam, and we do see another Jackal pick in here by Silkros, which is really good. Oh my god, is he going to use it properly this time? Because unfortunately, we saw the Jackal get picked 2 to 3 times early in there. And oh my word, he does. He uses the absolute perfection. Look at how well they're dismantling them right now. IQ, nades from underneath. Brilliant play.
Winners Charlie is having an absolute banger of a game tonight. But it's just being overshadowed just a little bit by Epic Gabba, their support player on 8-1.
Try not to be too biased as a commentator, but you really have to marvel at the way how well FD are playing right now. And you really hope that GSE can get this together and get back to the confidence we saw in the first 2 weeks from them. They were playing outstanding. Rainbow Six Siege, and they're playing
well. They're still playing outstanding. Their drone work is still, I would say, the best in the league.
Agreed.
They just need to be able to make that drone work count for something with their guns, and that's just all it is.
Yeah.
And once they get that, they are good to go.
When's Charlie getting very aggressive here? Oh. Salty one tap takes out Epic Gabba, and we finally see a death from Epic, a second death now. And Couchy comes in and gets one. The trades coming in. Wizard goes down as Spewy takes out Salty one tap. Trades galore. Damage being done to Shazzy. Needs to get the kill, but it looks like there's going to be a triple trade. And Winners Charlie, and just like that, Couchy and Winners Charlie do the damage. And Kilo, things are not looking good for GSA right now.
I think FD have realized we can just be aggressive. We're in their heads. We've won the second half. We just need to finish out our attacking half. We've won the mental half. We just need to go and put more pressure on. The kills are across the board there for FD. The kills are pretty across the board there for GSE. I don't think there's any player that's really having a bad day here, because there are calls being made. Both of these teams are on top of it.
What I want to see from GSC here, Kilo, I want to see some aggression. I want to see Shido is a good player. He's having a rough game. Shazzy's a great player having a rough game. Valhalla's a great player having a rough game. It seems like, as you spoke about before, we talk about a lot the mental edge. I feel like how aggressive and how well FD played on defense, it's playing on GSA's minds right now, and they really need to fight fire with fire. They got nothing to lose. This is match point. They have to win 5 rounds in a row to take this to overtime to even think about that. But I guess you use the old cliche, you take it 1 round at a time, and you don't think past that. But thinking big picture, they need to start doing something here. They need to show some aggression. They need...
At the same time, you need to have measured aggression. You can't just go out completely swinging, because FD will be ready for that. They will be ready for the crazy swings. They're setting up very, very well in terms of their crossfires, their refrag potential, all of that. Is just, you're ready to go. And when you're ready to take those gunfights as an attacker, doesn't matter really how aggressive you play as a defender, you need to play that positioning game. You need to let the Fortress Death players push into your kill zones, not swing into their kill zones. And 100%. I think that's where GSE went wrong in that last round. They started pushing into they started pushing into Fortress's kill zones, and that was just not the way they wanted to play that round.
Agreed. They, like, you don't lose your skill overnight, and the mental edge that FD have right now on GSE is really the difference in this game, because they're all highly skilled players. We've seen that. We've all seen them have their moments in games in this season. But right now, where GSE are at to where FD are at, it's night and day. They just really got to do something here, and I really want to see them play something aggressive, and that's not a good start. Shazzy has unfortunately C4'd himself, and that is the worst possible thing that could happen to GSA right now. But Salty One Tap gets a frag. On to Silk.
Salty One Tap taking out Silk Bros, one of the big players on the defensive half. He's not having such a great half on this attacking side, though. Couchy opening up some of the verticals with the fuse play here. And Venus Charlie taking out Salty One Tap, putting it back to a 3v4. Man advantage back in favor of Fortress Death. Shots coming out from the top of the trophy.
Oh no,
Wall of wizardry.
I groaned as I saw it unfolding. I was like, no, wizard, stop.
He did have to move. The fuse was
Yes,
coming out,
that also,
but he
yeah.
moved in the wrong direction.
Yeah. I saw it
Valhalla
unfolding.
and Shino both on site
still
here.
big here. You can go big
Valhalla is going to swing one, get
go
one,
big.
finds the other on the bomb chassis, but doesn't manage to land the kill.
Down one. Oh, can he trade out?
Swing coming out
Gotta hit the shot.
for young Spewy. Shino did find Couchy. 1v2 here.
Oh, and he
and
does
it's
hit
gonna
it.
start to
Well
go down,
played.
but young Spewy hits the shot onto Shino.
Whew.
And that is Fortress Death.
I
7-1
did not
GSE.
expect that. I'm not gonna lie, I'm speechless. I did not expect that result.
Fortress Death really did bring it today. Young Spewy had an absolute cracker on the
did.
attacking rounds
He
that they had.
did.
Epic Gabba was the man of defense. He was the fortress in Fortress Death.
Oh, I like that actually. That's beautifully played, Killer.
And then
Wow, wow, wow.
the Salty One Tap had a great game as well, but just
He
not quite
did.
enough to be up there against the entire might of Fortress Death. GSE's droning was still the best in the league and still the highlight there.
I'm speechless. I expect that to be an extraordinarily close game, Killer. I don't know. I don't want to be too critical of GC because I do rate them highly. But boy, when you substitute a player of J Mag's caliber out who just dropped 16 kills, you bring in Spewy who has a monster game, and they just the even spread of all 8 kills, and they played so well together. They are looking scary.
Yeah.
Scary good FD.
I don't think there was a weak player
Yeah.
on that team today, and I think J-Mag, he was massive last week against Rands, and I think that, or not Rands, Nefarious, sorry.
Yeah.
I think that having that core 5 and a sub, that it's almost 6 core players there. They've got such a strong, stable roster that obviously train together, they work well together, they train together, they strat together, they know every one of them play. And that's where the big difference, I think, is in terms of they have that play, they have that cohesion that GSE just didn't quite have this week that we've seen in previous weeks. I think once their mental started to break down, they started playing a bit more on their own, and that was
there was the first 4 entry frags to FD. You could see it was playing on their mind. They picked the Jackal off twice before they even got in their building, and then there was the Wizard
Sledge on the downstairs.
Sledge, yep. Just the way Venus Charlie and Silk Bros were working off each other, and Couchy, the 3 of them on the roam game it was so strong. The communication's strong. We're not in the game. We don't hear the comms, but you can see it as a viewer and an observer who's watching the game. You can see it. You can see the way they're communicating. You can absolutely see. It's where's the FD merchandise? Because I want to get me some. I'm a fan. I'll take the Leeds jersey off, buy me some FD merchandise. I am a fan. They have won. I don't want to play favorites because we've got our Casters hat on, and there's 10 beautiful teams in this league, and I love them all equally. But God, am I impressed with the way FD's playing right now. In
Yeah,
an
FD,
amazing.
if they keep playing like that, they can tangle with Rands, they can tangle with the likes of 7F. They could really go up there. They could tangle with Slammers.
Yeah.
They really could take it all the way and give 7F their first defeat if they keep playing like that.